One thing remains the same. That is your task and your duty.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Alpha Bravo Foxtrot. So we are up with the first episode of Repeater Asks Recommended Answers. So for that, Akshun KC will be joining us. He got recommended from 20 SSB Bhopal for his SSC Tech interview, and it was his third SSB in the Services Selection Board. And he was screened out once, and he was conferenced out once, and finally he got recommended. So he will be sharing his journey on how he went on to become a recommended candidate from a conferenced out candidate, and he will be sharing his mantra for the screening part, that is the stage 1 part, and I guess that will be fruitful for you. And soon we will have a video conferencing through Skype, and I will share it with this video, and like, share and subscribe, and I guess this video will be fruitful for you. So let's get to the interview part. Hi everyone, Akshun is live. So hi Akshun, welcome to Alpha Bravo Foxtrot. So first of all, congratulations for your recommendation. And can you share your journey of your first conference to your recommendation, and can you also explain how the screening procedure went? So can you share your experience? Can you please share your experience?
Hi Ashutosh, thank you for inviting me to your channel. And beginning with my journey of my first interview or the SSB was at 33 SSB Bhopal, and it was around January 2019. That was my very first experience of any SSB because I did not clear any NDAs or CDS by then. So that was my first experience, and then in that I got conferenced out. Around 280 plus candidates were there for screening, and after screening only 38 were there, around 37 38 were left, and I got conferenced out. So basically that was my first experience, and I did not have much of an experience about what is SSB, how it is done, although I did attend coaching academy in Delhi. But it did not really yield that kind of results. The rate of interest was kind of not that good, I would say. So I would suggest that in case anyone is going for SSB, then the first thing that they should be doing is look inside what is wrong with them and then try to work on it. Because everybody knows कि उनमें क्या गलत है और क्या सही है. It just needs a good introspection. Because parents or mother, father, elder brother, sister, younger brother, sister, they keep on telling us that this is wrong with you, what is wrong with you. So we all know that what is the problem with us, just we need to rectify it. And that is the thing that the SSB is looking into. कि आप क्या improvement करके लाते हैं when you come next time. So first time was my trial run because because not much really did happen, and I quite messed up the in the procedure as well. So that was the first time. And then the second time was in Kapurthala around February. I didn't give much time. In January end, it was my first attempt, and second attempt was around February end. So it was around a gap of 1 month. I went for TGC entry. It was 129, TGC 129, and it was in Kapurthala. So in that, there were around 300 candidates reported there, and I got screened out that time. So it was a hard luck. I would say sometimes happens that you do not get selected for the 5D procedure because of the limitations of the SSB. Because even SSB has its own limitations of how many candidates it can take after screening. So we have to be very, very careful about it in case we are going for direct entries like SSC Tech or TGC. So we have to make sure that at least we are staying there for the 5D procedure and not getting screened out. So I would suggest that they go for the OIR. And the problem is that some SSBs are still working out with their older OIRs, and that are easier. And some SSBs have improved their OIRs or have modified their OIRs, and they are quite newer ones, trickier ones. So the candidate has to work on the OIR, and especially with the newer ones, because the pattern has changed a bit. So they have to work on it. Like dice questions are there, more dice question, direction question with more tricky parts, and other numerical questions are also there, aptitude based. So they have to work on that OIR part. And the most important is the group discussion. because you might be a mathematician, very good one, but you, until unless you do not speak in your group discussion,
Mhm.
सब फेल है.
Mhm.
वहां अगर आप नहीं बोल पाए
That's
तो
true.
you are out. You are 100% out. So you have to make sure that you speak without interrupting others. The key word here is without interrupting others. You have to play
But
like a team.
so here I have a doubt, एक छोटा सा डाउट है. एक तो स्क्रीनिंग में ना, एक तो स्पेसिफिकली डायरेक्ट एंट्रीज में पहाड़ जैसा हो जाता है, बिकॉज there is a group of around 15 to 20 candidates and everybody has to make sure, because ग्रुप में से एक या दो या तीन मैक्सिमम चार स्क्रीन होंगे. Everybody wants to make sure कि वो हो जाए and उनको बोलना ही बोलना है. So there is a situation of fish market specifically in the direct entries and the university entrance scheme. So what was your strategy to overcome that fish market kind of situation? Because when you are saying that you don't have to interrupt anybody, and you have to, that the time given is around 10 to 15 minutes, and there are 20 people who have to speak. So then what do you do? That you are able to speak and you are not interrupting anyone. So that's a question.
Ashutosh, I have to give a tip here. That one tip, that golden tip would be that the candidate has to maintain a good presence of mind. Until and unless
Okay.
this is absent, if he is not into the game, then he'll surely be out of this procedure in the day
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So he has to look at many aspects of the procedure or the group discussion here. That the time allocated will be around 7 to 10 minutes, depending
Okay.
upon the strength of the total candidates present. So if the let's assume that the group size is 10, usually because it is around 10 only. Yeah, even in the 300 plus total strength also,
Okay.
10 or 15 around candidates are there in a group of GT. So what
Okay.
they have to think is that if 10 minutes are being allocated, that means each candidate will only get 1 minute. That is the very
Hmm.
basic mathematics that we can do here. So one
Yes. Yes.
minute is there with each candidate. So he has to use that 1 minute very judiciously, and at the same time he has to check out for other candidates as well, that who is participating and who is not. In case there are some candidates who are not really participating or who are not speaking, that means that 1 minute of that candidate can also be utilized because he is not
Hmm.
really speaking or making much of the point. So that thing also needs to be taken care of, because in a group of 10, if you are lucky, not all will be speaking. Some will be speaking very much and some will be speaking not at all. So you have to
Yeah.
maintain that gap of speaking at least 1 minute, and plus if in case that group allows, so you have to make sure of that. And with that 1 minute you can add at least 2 to 3 points that must be the best of your points. So whatever you have seen in that picture, you have to be very careful of the best 2 to 3 points that you have to describe in that screening procedure. So for that, you have to first observe the screening procedure. In that, you have to observe the picture. That is the most important part. Until unless you do not perceive the picture correctly, you will be describing it very wrongly in the group discussion, and that could be the end of your game. So you have to
Okay.
be very careful about that.
So we should give at least 30 minutes looking at the picture, not rushing into writing the story.
Yeah. You have to be like, you have to give ample of time. When you have been given some time for it, you have to use it particularly for that only. If you are like thinking ki story kya banau at the time when you have to see the image, then you will surely mess up the procedure. So you have to be very careful of what you are doing in the time allotted to you.
Okay, thank you, Akshan, for the screening part. I hope that will be very fruitful for everyone. So, second part is once you got into stage two. Now, I would like to ask, when you are filling, you have filled your all your PIQs. Is there any tips on filling the PIQs on how can you be natural in it, and what do you feel that how can a candidate write a good PIQ?
Basically, Ashutosh, if I have to describe the PIQ, I would like to tell that many candidates, what they do is that first of all, they try to inflate their PIQs. It is like they are putting things like they do not do or they do not mean. So that is the first mistake, first and the last mistake, I would say, because once they have done this mistake here, it will keep on going till the rest of the days, 4 days procedure, and they have to like maintain with that only. So that is the real problem. That once you write something that you do not mean or you do not follow in your daily life, you'll have to show there, which will be a false thing. So they'll catch you in that procedure, and hence you will not be recommended. So PIQ must be a true and honest one, and it should not be heavily inflated. Sometimes we do need to inflate few points, like sports was not one of my forte here. So even though sports was not one of my positive points, I did add cricket in the sports part. That was the games that I play, cricket and the athletics. That was the running I was doing daily, but sports in cricket I was not playing daily. But I, although I did play it for considerable time till my 10th, so I did add it. And at the same time in the interview also I did explain that I did not play cricket till the time of this interview. I played it till 10th only, and after that I got busy with my studies. So this was the thing that we have to maintain, that even though we are adding some things that we do not do it till now, but we have to maintain that what is the status of that thing, particular thing around the interview. So like this, we have to maintain all the aspects, like the study part and the sports part and the extracurricular part. So extracurricular part, I did anchoring for the college fest, and I was cadet in the NCC as well. So I have C certificate with alpha grading. So these
Oh,
things actually do add to the interview, but these are not the things. You still have to have these 15 OLQs, and you have to be the one for the recommendation. So you might be
yes.
very good with studies, you might be very good with your extracurricular sports, but if you do not have it in you, then you might not make it. So you have to be very particular about your PIQ first. So this
Okay.
is the thing, like the SSRs, the three SSRs will be seeing in you. The PIQ is your like biodata,
Winter.
whatever you did till now. So you have to be very careful. In fact, I would say in case you can prepare it beforehand, your PIQ, then it would be a very positive point
Yeah.
before the
Okay.
interviews or the 5-day procedure. You have to prepare your PIQ at home. That's what I
Okay.
am trying to say.
So to everybody who is watching this video, please go through any internet website where the PIQ, where you can find the PIQ, and try to make a good PIQ for yourself and fill that only during when you are going through the testing procedure. So next from the next morning, there is a site. So can you share your experience of how your psychology test went, or any specific memory that you have of your psych test?
Psych test, actually, I would say that psych was really not my positive point in the SSB also, because during my conference, I was asked which was your weakest point in your SSB. So this was the
Okay.
only question that actually was confusing to me, that what was the weakest point of my interview. And I told interview was my, the IO part was the difficult part, or the part where I messed up, but actually it was the psych part, because I could
Okay.
see in the conference the officers' faces that when I said that IO part was my weakest point, the faces were actually quite confused. कि
Mhm.
ये कैसे बोल दिया इसने. So I thought that that means psych part was my weakness there. So I would still suggest that once you are going for psychology, you have to be a bit prepared. You have to prepare it from home, not like copy paste prepare, but like writing practice. So you have to speed up your writing, improve your writing skills for psych, because in writing skills, what happens? It's like English. If you do not work on your English, you might not be able to do good in your GTO and interview. Same goes for the writing skills during the psych test. So you have to work on your English, like writing skills and grammar skills, basic level, not of high level, basic level, so that you can do properly in the psych test. So you do not chook na jaye kuch. Usually what happens is that in the given time, candidates not able to complete the stories
Finish.
and the tats and vats. So that thing needs to be practiced out. At least you are able to complete the complete set of these tat, vat, and the stories
Okay.
that you have to write in the psych.
Okay. So basically, what you mean to say is that you have to be natural with your stories, but all you have to practice is to the speed of what you're writing in
Yes,
the
yes, 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 Asayos.
scientist. Same goes with the word association and the SRTs as well.
Yes, yes.
So one thing about the situation reactions, okay, Akshan. There is a myth in a lot of candidates that you attempt all 60. If you attempt more than 50, only then you'll get recommended. And people usually prefer quantity over quality there. So what's your take on that?
I would say that let's say the psychologist has its own way of assessing the candidate. So let's not assume or just believe on the things that other people are saying and believe on the myths of this thing. Because I have seen candidates, I have in my SSB journey, I have talked to many candidates who are previously been recommended, and I have seen many candidates talking about it. So I would say that it is not the thing that you have to complete it the 60 or you have to complete the 60 or the 50 plus SRTs and WATs. The basic thing is that you have to complete bare minimum. At least you have to be at least 45 so that the assessor can check you properly. So it is like if you complete more, it is good, although it is not mandatory. You have to just do it bare minimum also would do in case you have it in you. So you have to be like honest with your procedure and you have to do bare minimum that is around 45, I would say, not like you have to do the 60s only.
Okay. So I got your point. So now coming to the self-description, you have to write a lot about yourself, what your parents think. So sometimes these are the questions that we don't know answer to, because sometimes when we ask you, who are you, what are your strengths and weakness, sometimes candidates really don't know what their strengths and weaknesses are. So what did you do to understand what your strengths are, what the strengths that your parents think that you have, maybe your friends that what is the opinion of your friends. So what did you do to make a natural self description about yourself?
Well, Ashutosh, if I have to be very honest about this part of the test, I would say that I actually asked my parents and I actually messaged my friends and talked to them about what do they think that I can improve in myself or what they think that is not very good thing about my behavior. So I was very honest with them that I told them that I'm going for SSB procedure and you have to be very honest that what do you think that is not working out with me. So I told them, like I made a group of them, 4 to 5, and I told them to write in a paper and mix it up. Do not write your name, just mix it up and give it to me. I'll understand what is the mistake in me without judging about you. In case you are wondering that what he might think कि ये तो मेरे बारे में कुछ गलत सोच लेगा कि मैंने इसके बारे में कुछ गलत लिखा. So I told them that you just write it on a paper, all of you, and give it to me. I'll never know कि कौन क्या है because you can change your writing a bit or you can ask other person to write about yourself, to write in your behalf. So this is how I actually managed to get all the data that I think was required for it. But although I would not prefer this method because not necessarily that it will give you the exact data that you need about yourself. You have to assess it on yourself because you know how your friend behaves with you or how he thinks about you. You just need to be really honest about you in this approach. So in case a friend does not like you, he will not pick up your call sometimes, or it might be just a behavior of him that he is not picking your call. So you have to understand that kind of behavior with your friends. That will be the key point here of how your friends think about you or the parents think about you. So it is always there around you. The surroundings are there around you. You just have to catch up on the things that you need to work on it. So this is how the self-description will be working. So you know everything is there, but you just have to be very honest about what is happening around you.
So thank you, Akshan, for the site test. Now we come to interview. So do you have any specific memory or any any strange question or any difficult question that you faced during your this interview, or any there must be some good memory of your interview. So can you share your experience?
Actually, Ashutosh, I would rather say that there were no actually good memories about my interview because it was being conducted by the commandant of the SSB, that is the 20 SSB Bhopal, and he was quite, I would say, he was really quite tough on me because he said that how could it be that you got screened out, you got conferenced out, and you didn't make in any of your NDAs, you didn't even clear your NDAs. So how do you think that you are going to get recommended? Like he was very tough on me. And after seeing my PIQ, I did mention about the sports part earlier also during the interview that I did write cricket and athletics. He said like, why are you so negative about sports? So I basically the reason behind this conversation with the interviewing officer was really tough was because it might be a part of the procedure that they were actually trying to grill me so that I'm really honest about what were the approaches of me, or they were actually trying to test my endurance that is this candidate able to bear the pressure or not. So I would say if I got recommended, that means I did really good, was able to bear the pressure of the commandant of the SSB. So he was quite tough. Like words like this were also used around the interview. Like I had done interview during I had done internship of around 5,000 for an Android developer in Delhi in a startup. So we all know that in startups they really don't pay well, but the job is good in startups. The experience is good. So I thought maybe I should write this that I get 5,000 stipend in Android as an Android developer in a startup company in Delhi. So the commandant or the interviewing officer asked me, why do you work or in such a low amount of income? Even the laborer in Delhi gets more than that in a monthly basis. So so you can imagine the kind of tough questions or the tough stance he was making in the interview. So it was tough, although I would say that he was not really checking. He was not really working on the things like he was checking my endurance that time. I would say it was the part of the interview. So in case you feel that the interviewing officer is trying to grill you or is trying to put you into pressure, that means he's testing you. So you have to be very calm at that moment and you have to answer by thinking and without panicking. If you get into panic mode or you start feeling jumpy, that means you are going to fail. So you have to maintain your calm and uh, posture there, and you have to answer by thinking. Do not answer without thinking. That will ruin your procedure. So you have to answer calmly, coolly, and you have to think about it, what you are saying. That would I would suggest there.
So thank you, Akshan, for the interview part. Because this thing actually clears one thing, because your past, how did you perform in your past? You cleared your NDA, you did not clear your NDA. All these things don't matter. It's just your personality that's that's what matters to them. So well, that's a very insightful thing that you gave. So one thing, like I will say that about the interview itself. Okay. So, did you feel that, being in the NCC or what do you say, like your participation in extracurriculars, like you're debating anything, you're anchoring in your function, the college function, the college fest, and, the background that you had helped you in the interview or that while you were communicating with the interviewing officer?
Ashutosh, I would say that because what we do in the past is what we are today, but it does not mean that it will be the same thing in the future as well. So the personality of a person is very dynamic. He might change the very next day or he might change the very next moment, because I would like say that after the conference out, each candidate must feel a change in him also. So this is how the personality works. Even though he might have got conferenced out in his testing procedure, but he feels the change that what he needs to do next. उसको आइडिया लग जाएगा कि अब मुझे इस चीज में इम्प्रूव करना है. So this is how the personality works. So what you did in the past will always help you in today's procedure. But although it is not the thing that this will be the only thing that will be guiding you. You might have failed in your 10th, you might have failed in your 7th, you might have failed in your NDAs or CDS. But if you are today sitting there, then you have to be honest with the procedure. You have to be honest with the interviewing officer, with the assessors there, that you have to admit that why you failed and how you overcame that failure. That is how you are going to get recommended. If there was a problem, then you have to solve it. That is how it is going to be. If there was a problem and you try to hide it or try to make excuses about it, you will surely fall into the trouble. So you have to be very honest. You have to be very honest. And the first thing, the first person you have to be honest is with you yourself. You are telling interviewing officer that I did this, but in mind or in your own heart you say that no, I did not do this, I did not really mean it. That means you are lying and you will be caught there. So you have to be very honest with the procedure.
Okay. So, okay. Thank you, Akshan. Now moving on to GTO, the group task and the ground task. So, can you share your experience of the ground task and the GD and what do you say? The group planning exercise, your individual obstacles, and your lecture rate. How did you go about it? It will be very helpful for us.
So, Ashutosh, during my GTO task, I would say that I made two very big blunders, I would say.
Okay.
Although that blunder did not cost me my recommendation, but it did add it to my personality of how actually I am. So I
Okay.
would, in base, I would say that I have a very lexical attitude due to being the youngest in the family and being financially good. I would say that I do have a lexical attitude, like I would rather sleep than study, or go to play or than do
That's the
studying.
problem with me also.
Yeah, so that is how I would say that that this
Uh,
attitude is in me still now. Although I did not hide it there also, I was very honest with it during the interview also and during the GTO task also. So during the GTO
okay.
task, what happened was during the individual obstacles task. I was physically very active before the GTO, this SSB procedures also. I was running 2 to 3 kilometers daily after my college hours. So I was physically quite active. Hence, I was able to do all the individual obstacle times before the time, and I had around 30 seconds more after completing the 10 of the individual obstacles. I still had 10 seconds more,
Okay.
but from my first experience of the SSB, I remember that I overdid my individual obstacles, and I was not able to perform very well due to the tiredness
Okay.
of the individual obstacle. So I was not able to perform in the later part of the GTO that day from the first experience. So in my third experience, what I did was, because I was able to do good and I had 30 seconds, I thought maybe I should rest rather than do more individual obstacles in that 30 seconds. So what I did was, once my 10 tasks were done, I exited the ground. I did not do rest more of the 10
Okay.
plus individual obstacles.
Okay.
So even the
Okay.
ustads there in the ground did point out that भाई तुम्हारे पास तो 30 seconds और थे, तुम चले क्यों गए ground से? And other
Mhm.
candidates were also laughing that वो कैसा सा लड़का है ये करके ground छोड़ के चला गया. तो I did admit that sir, वो पिछली बार मेरे को ऐसा कुछ याद आया था. That's why I did not complete the 30 seconds, although I did my part of 10. So this was the actually I would say it was consciously done, although, but it was part of the procedure that I thought that I should be doing to conserve my energy for the rest of the task, so that I can perform equally in all the group assessing tasks. And the second mistake that I did during the GTO task was that during the GP, the map was shown and the group plan was also decided. I was not really satisfied with the group plan of the team of the 10 candidates that were with me. So I thought maybe I should add on to that, or should try to at least get the best of the plan. So what the GTO said was, you only have 10 seconds, and everybody there in my team said that the plan is good, but I was not really accepting that plan. It was not acceptable to me. So what I did was, in that 10 seconds, I rammed all the ideas that I had with me in that 10 seconds, and it was like a robotic machine. So everybody in that group also started to laugh, like कैसा बंदा है ये 10 सेकंड में इसने पूरा का पूरा अपना प्लान बता दिया. And even the GT was also laughing that how can you like explain everything in 10 seconds? How did you do it करके he asked me, in fact, during the procedure only. So I was like, sir, I was not quite
Mhm.
satisfied with my team, so I thought maybe it is my
But
do or die
but
situation. I should.
because a leader, what does the leader do? He supports the right. Maybe if he sees that something wrong is going on while decision making of the GP, then you as a leader actually supported what was right, and you were able to communicate that in 10 seconds. That must have worked out for you, है ना? That's
Although
one
it was
thought that
a I would say, although it was a very funny incident, but it did show a point of my personality that if something does not agree to me, or if something is not satisfying, or I think that something needs to be changed, I'll surely speak up about it and rather not be quiet about it. So that is the thing that the GTO might have seen in me. So the two things that really worked for me during the SSB procedure was my interview and the GTO, because in that two procedure I did fine. I would say the performance was fine, but I was really honest, and I was able to describe the true personality that I have, and there was nothing to hide. I knew what was wrong with me, like I was lazy sometimes, and I would rather say no than yes, just for the sake of team building exercise. So I would say no if I think that something is not right, and be with the wronger side of the team. So this was the thing that was in my personality, and I did show it during the procedure as well.
So okay, so that like so all these the originality, the performance, your fitness, I guess that worked out for you and your decision making specifically.
Yes.
That you decide not to attend more than 10 so that your next performance are not. So I guess that so so now coming to the conference. So like everybody's scared before conference, and there are so how was your conference? Were you was it a bit longer? Were you a borderline case or were you a total recommended case? And what were the questions asked in your conference? So can you share your experience there?
Ashutosh, I would rather say that conference is such a procedure that in case a candidate is borderline, it is a do or die situation for him. And in case
Yes.
the other two, that is in case he is not getting recommended or in case he is getting recommended, the thing is that his procedure might or might not be longer than a minute or two. So you can be quite assured once your conference has happened. But in my case, I was not sure about my recommendation. Although I would add that if you are in a borderline or in case the assessors feel that they have some doubts regarding the personality or the testing that has been done of a particular candidate, they might take longer than half an hour also because the person just above me in the line. It his conference took around 30 minutes. So it made me doubtful that are they discussing about me or are they discussing about the candidate in front of me? So this is something that we should not really think about. Rather, things have already been done and set into motion. We have already done all the three procedures that we had to do. We just need to be cool and calm. And in case something tricky is asked in the question during the conference procedure, we should just answer it the way we would have done in the interview procedure. So no need to change anything. In case you have done something wrong during the interview procedure, you can admit it during the conference procedure that I did this wrong and I can improve it. So this will be the thing that it will be helping you in your future in case you do not get recommended. And in case you were a borderline case, it might be the golden chance to get yourself recommended also. So you have to be very careful about what you are saying in the last also. In case some question is there, you have to answer it very sincerely in the last also.
Okay. Okay. So, how many candidates got recommended from your board, and how was the experience? How did you feel, once your chess number was announced? Because that the feeling must be very ecstatic, like कि मजा ही आ गया, क्या बात है, मतलब अंतरात्मा को मजा आ गया. Or that's my perception. I don't know how you felt. So,
Uh,
what happened after the conference?
After the conference, we were around waiting for around 30 minutes, I would say, because I was just number 18 and there were 10 around candidates after me also. So what happened was three candidates were recommended, and I was the third one to be announced, the last one actually.
Okay.
So I was pretty sure that I might not make it this time also because the interview procedure was quite hectic that time, and I was grilled very badly. GTO I messed up also there that I told you about the two mistakes that I did, and psych was like I was not sure about the psych procedure how it went. So I was like, this time I might not make it. And the ustad there told us that in case your name is or the chess number is announced, you have to tell your registration number or the candidate number of the SSC tech that you have. So I was pretty sure that I would not make it. So I did not really took time to remember that number. So the third name that the chess number was announced was mine 18, and I was like standing there, and he said, "Tell me your number," and I was like, "Sir, I'm not sure what is my number," and there was a silence for a minute around in the hall that कैसा लड़का है ये इसको अपना number नहीं पता was like, and then the assessor he came and told me that how do you not know your number? Do not want yourself to be recommended or what? So I was like, no, no, sir, I didn't really expect that. So he was like, don't worry, and tell me your date of birth. And I told them my date of birth, and he was like, okay, come to the stage and wear the new chest number. So it was like it was quite a surprise, I would say. Once it was done, it was like अब तो हो गया, and now it is all that I wanted for myself.
Okay. So I got a lot of information about you, your SSB procedure. I guess your experience will help a lot of fresh candidates as well as repeater candidates. on specifically, you know, understanding what and do. And I guess it will be fruitful for me as well. So thank you so much. Thank you, Akshan, for joining us. And I guess I wish you luck for your future. And thank you so much. And Jai Hind.
Jai Hind, Ashutosh. Thank you for inviting me once again. Thank you.